What's going on? This video, I actually want to talk about the next possible move that just makes sense. The most popular car in America is the F-150, and Americans like trucks, so the next possible move is really electric trucks. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys all about electric trucks, what options are actually out there or going to be out there soon, who they're intended for, and a little bit about the features that might be really useful. Alright, so welcome to the channel. My name is Bastian. This is the Done Differently channel. I apologize if I haven't made a video in over a year. Life just got a little out of control, but I'm back at it. And so the reason why I'm talking about this video here today in electric trucks is because I'm actually in the current process of thinking that through and planning that all out. So I'm hopefully, if you guys find this useful in making a decision of what's actually out there to get as an electric truck, either now, soon, or maybe never, who knows? Alright, so in my opinion, there's really only three viable trucks that are going to be out there or out there right now. And that to me is the electric F-150, that is the Rivian RT1, and the Cybertruck. Although that's not out yet, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit. One of these trucks I actually picked as my future vehicle. I'm going to talk a little bit about who I believe the truck is for, kind of like when it's expected and what the pros and the cons are a little bit. This is not going to be like too in-depth of a technical review. This is just more of an overview, and kind of like my thought process of what makes sense. The Ford F-150, the electric Ford F-150. I think it was announced about a year ago. It only makes sense to start here because the F-150 is the most purchased car in North America. And so Ford went the route of making an electric F-150. Ford is actually really involved in Rivian, their investor. Pretty sure they learned a lot working with Rivian on the RT1. And of course, they're Ford, they can definitely do that themselves. So the F-150, electric F-150 is the first one. It's just coming in under $40,000 for the price. It's expected actually to be coming out now in spring of 2022. In my opinion, a little ambitious, but you know, who knows? The nice thing about the electric F-150 is it has tons and tons of modularity in regards of, you know, having outlets, having the ability to back up as a backup battery for your home. There's going to be a pricing tier. The truck ranges from $40,000 to $95,000. Who is the F-150 really for? Really, I see the electric F-150 either as someone who has just likes trucks and they want to switch to electric, or maybe a contractor. Contractor could definitely be useful for that as well, especially with the tools. And I think that was more the design philosopher behind the electric F-150. The one nice thing with the electric F-150 or just any Ford electric vehicle is that there's still this $7,500 tax credit that you can get. The one big drawback I would say is that, it's really for any car company, is that the UI is just, the user interface is just less than desirable. I find that a lot of like legacy car companies have not quite figured out the user experience in an electric vehicle. They sort of apply what they've already known and trying to build an electric vehicle and build it around it. When you go with the legacy companies, the UI is sort of questionable to me. That's the one thing that I would probably like put as a con. As well, it's not really, in my opinion, at the base level, it's not that desirable of a car. It doesn't look that great. It's just the F-150 electric. Alright, the second one I want to talk about is the Rivian RT1. How would I categorize the Rivian RT1? I would say it's a stunning vehicle. I would say it's probably not tailored towards like the person who's in construction. It's more of like the person who wants to shove in their like their snowboard and go to the mountains, or sort of like the adventure type. And I think vehicles like that have their place, but the price they're charging is pretty steep. The nice thing about Rivian is that they've designed an electric truck. So they're coming from making an electric truck, not making a truck that is also electric, which I believe is what Ford is doing. It's a new car company, so there's going to be new car company issues. I believe that a lot of car companies think they can make an electric car, and then when they put the theory into practice, they stumble. And so that can happen with Rivian. It's a newer company, they have a lot of backing, and they're delivering today. I mean, I think it's a pre-orders delivery, but they are delivering today. So the problem is you might have to go through some bugs with the user interface. I think some complaints were like dim screens and stuff like that. But that's to each their own. So if you're an early adopter type of person and you like the design and you kind of just want to, you had a reservation, you want to go for it, then this might be the vehicle for you. I don't see it as like a contract to get a Rivian RT1. Maybe the type that just goes to the inspections and not the one that like actually does the work. That's the Rivian R1T. I think it's a great vehicle. I think it has a lot of backing and they've been developing it for a long time. I am pretty sure they got most of it right, but you're gonna have to live through some bugs. And more importantly is that it is more or less available now. So the Ford F-150, electric Ford F-150, is supposed to be coming out right around now. The Rivian R1T is available right around now if you have a pre-order, and probably within the next few months. And so that leads me to the very last one, the third one. I wouldn't do this channel any justice if I wouldn't talk at least a little bit about Tesla. The Cybertruck is the next one that I want to review. It is not out yet. Really, no one knows when it's out yet. It's just kind of hanging in the air. We know a little bit about like the development that's been going on in the Giga Texas, and we know a little bit about the specs. And I want to talk about, the first thing I want to talk about really is the price. So the price is no longer available anywhere. You can look on their website, it's really a mystery to anybody. And so it started off just at just under $40,000. And I'm gonna make a video on Tesla pricing and availability on their cars. The price is set at $40,000, and this was in 2019. So keep that in mind. Tesla just increased the prices on pretty much all of their products. So I don't think $40,000 for a truck is really still the price. If it is probably the best one, because I believe Tesla has a great user experience. They've been building electric cars for a long time from the ground up. And if the price really is at that, it really pulls ahead at having the ability to gain market. Because the price is there, it has a Tesla user experience, and it looks like a pretty capable truck. So there's no more tax credits with Tesla. It hasn't been for a long time, but there's no more. So you're gonna be out on that one. Intended goal for it to be coming out was actually now in 2022. I think we're far off. I don't think anyone believes that it's still coming out. So I think the goal is to have it come out in 2023. And if all goes well, I think it'll be in Q4, like at the end of 2023. But I'm just guessing, could be anybody's guess. Could be January of 2023, who knows? If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And listening to me talk about Cybertrucks, RT1s, and electric F-150s. And I'm talking about this because I'm actually in the process of navigating through which vehicle I would want to get next. I'm not a big fan of trucks, but I think my lifestyle sort of changed a little bit to where a truck makes a lot of sense and it would just make my life easier. So actually, I looked at all three of these, right? And the first one that I ruled out was the Rivian R1T, and it was just the price. So the electric F-150 is something I've looked at because it has the backup battery for your house, which is really nice. It has a lot of outlets and a lot of storage, and it's backed by Ford, so I think it's a pretty capable vehicle. Ultimately, I decided against that one too. It just looks like an electric Ford F-150. I mean, I know that's what it is, but it just looks like an F-150. I went actually for a second time with a Cybertruck. A little bit to why I think it is the winner in this competition, at least for me, is because the experience that Tesla has already delivered in their previous cars, where they know what they're doing. That is a huge component to me. I don't mind putting up with some bugs, but ultimately, I want to have a vehicle that's capable of doing things that I needed to do. So I actually went with the Cybertruck. So we'll see if that comes out. Hopefully that does come out one day, and hopefully I can put a review on YouTube for it. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked my 3 electric truck overviews. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.